Yo, 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 what's up? It's Nikea here in the house, you know what I'm saying? Just kidding. Hey y'all, it's Nikea here. I am here with a tattoo cover up tutorial video for y'all. So I'm taking my engagement photos today, as you can see, with the makeup and the hair and the nails. I have video for all these things, for the hair, the makeup, how I do my nails. So go check those out. I'll try to link those in the description box. But before you do that, go down below and click that subscribe button. And then once you do that, that bell notification button is gonna pop up. Click that so that you never miss an upload. Join the club. Ew. Sorry y'all, I keep looking at myself. I love this makeup look. But anywho, y'all are not here for that. Y'all are here for tattoo cover up for darker skin. But you know, for deeper skins, a lot of the videos that I found just were not detailed enough and didn't have darker skin and didn't really tell you what to do for people with a darker complexion. So I'm here to give that to my sisters in this community today. But the best tutorial I found was from a woman who was Indian. She wasn't darker, but she did have a good step-by-step on how to layer your products and what you need to do. So I took some inspiration from her video. Like I said, I'll link it below. I came up with my method for covering up my tattoo for my skin tone. So you can take what you get from me and kind of tweak it for your skin tone, depending on if you are my complexion or lighter or darker, or even the colors in your tattoo. So I'm gonna show y'all my step-by-step process on how I covered it up. I did practice this already. I practiced it like 2 times and my fiance was like, you're wasting makeup. And I was like, it's not a waste. I have to practice to make sure it's right so that on the day of I don't look cray cray. Let's get into this. All right, zoomed in here on my tattoo. So this is my lovely elephant tattoo. So I love my tattoo. It is a way that I express myself, show my personality. This actually represents my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta. So elephant, for one of our founders who used to collect elephants. It's an unofficial symbol. And then I just got the red triangle to represent our pyramid. And then red is one of our colors. I love my tattoo, but for the engagement photos and for the wedding, I do want to cover it up just for the look and the vibe that I'm going for. So I'm not ashamed of my tattoo or anything. It's just the look or vibe I want to go for, and I have the option to cover it up, so I am. First thing you want to do, well, I didn't do this when I practiced it, but I did when I was in the shower last night. I did take the razor and just run over it to get any of those little hairs off. So first thing you want to do is cleanse the area. So I'm taking these Burt's Bees makeup wipes just to make sure I get any oil and any dirt off of my skin. I'm just gonna wipe that over the area. And see, there is some, maybe that's from my fingers. There's a little bit of dirt and oil there and probably some lotion. But you just wanna make sure it's nice and clean. The first step with shaving you don't have to do, but I think it helps. All right, we're gonna give that a few seconds and let it dry. And this method that I'm using here on this part of my body, you can also use on your face. Same steps if you want to cover up like any blemishes or things like that. All right, now that I have cleansed the area, I'm going to moisturize. I'm going to use the same moisturizer that I use for my face, which is my Cetaphil Pro Oil Skin Oil Absorbing Moisturizer. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and I wanted to use this because it's SPF and it's oil absorbing and it helps to mattify the skin. So I'm just going to rub that and then pat it in all over the area. Okay, give that time to soak in. All right, now I'm going to prime the area, and I'm going to multi-prime. These are the same 2 primers that I use on my face. One to mattify and one to minimize pores. So you want to use a specifically a pore minimizing one if you don't multi-prime, because that's going to help, you know, get rid of those little tiny holes on your skin and just make a smooth surface for the products that you're going to layer on. So again, putting that all over. I'm putting the pore minimizing one first, and then I'm going to take the mattifying primer and put that on top. And then again, giving that time to soak into the skin. All right, once you're giving that time to soak into the skin, you color correct. For black skin, I typically use orange to correct any dark marks or blemishes. So most of my tattoo is black and gray. So I'm going to be using orange for the body. If you have colors in your tattoos, you want to go to the color wheel and you want to see what colors will cancel out each other. So just look on the color wheel, and whatever color is opposite of the color that you have, that is what's going to cancel it out. So if you look on the color wheel, the opposite of red is green. So I do have this green concealer corrector here. So I'm going to take that, actually I'm going to take some on a brush first because I have these nails. I didn't have these nails last time. And I'm going to pat that onto the triangle like so, because I have that red there, and then I'm just going to take my finger to blend it out. Now for the body of the elephant, I'm going to use this corrector from Make Up Forever. I got this a while ago and I've never used it until now. So again, I'm going to take it on my brush, and I always say start with a little because you can build up. So I'm going to pat that all over the body. All right, once I've got the product on, I'm going to take my finger and then just blend that out. All right, and again, we're going to take some time for these layers to sit. All right, now that we have had some time for the layers to sit, I'm actually going to apply one more layer of the green to that top portion and then blend it out with my finger again, like so. And then with the orange, I'm not going to use that same Make Up Forever pigment. I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I'm going to apply that to the body of the elephant. And this one is great because it already has the applicator tip, so it gives you a little more control. All right, now that that's up there, again, I'm gonna take my fingers and push it into the skin and blend it out. That's found that the most effective way is to layer. In the video that I watched, she suggested using heavier creamy products, but I found that that just was too cakey for me. So again, like I said, you have to figure out what is going to work for you. All right, so at this point you can still see the tattoo through the corrector, but the corrector allows you a better base to cover it up with. And you can always go back and add some more corrector, which I'm gonna do in the places where I feel it's a little bit darker. Okay, so I was gone for a little bit. Let this set and dry. So now we are going to conceal. I'm gonna use the same concealer I used for my face. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. I like this concealer because it is close to my skin tone, but still light enough to conceal. And I'm actually just gonna, there we go, gloop it out and then spread it out with my fingers. You can use a sponge or a brush, but what I noticed with the sponge is that it picked up the colors from the correctors and was spreading them out instead of applying it. And even when it was damp, it was picking up. All right, just a little bit more. And it's okay if some of the orange comes through. All right, so we're actually gonna let this set and then we'll come back for the next step. All right, we've had some time for this to set and dry. I don't feel like I need to do another layer. I'm gonna get into foundation. This is Mocha Honey from Black Radiance. All right, so same way that you apply everything else. I'm just gonna put that up there. And we're going to use Alfanga again. I'm gonna take a buffer brush, pat that foundation over and make sure it's spread out. And I know I'm going a little outside the area, but that's okay. I can get rid of that. Then I also have this beauty sponge. This one is similar to the one I use for my face, except for it's a little bit denser. So I'm gonna use that to diffuse the edges. I'm gonna actually wipe some of this off when I'm done. All right, so next step is complexion powder. So this is from BH Cosmetics. It's the pressed powder in shade 250, I think. So I'm just gonna pat that to set it in. All right, and then once I've pressed the powder into my skin, I'm just gonna take the brush and just lightly dust over to get rid of any excess. And see that triangle is trying to come through. And then I'm gonna take some translucent setting powder. This is my Black Radiance banana powder. And I'm actually gonna use the little sponge that is in there. And I'm just gonna press that all over the area. And I'm gonna add a little more. I'm actually gonna put some of my black opal cream concealer, because I see it's like, or foundation, where it's trying to come through. You can also take a makeup wipe and get rid of the excess. This kind of went way out of the area, but that looks really good in my opinion. Yeah, I think that looks really good. All right, the last step is to set it, and I got this setting spray from Walmart, Hard Candy. It's mattifying, controls oil, and minimizes pores, and it's 12-hour hydration. So spray that all over the tattoo area where you covered up, and then we're gonna let that dry. All right, y'all, that is it. That's the cover up. It's still drying a little bit. Tattoo is covered up. None would know the wiser, unless somebody's olive on you. For me, it's showing us through just a little bit, but I'm not stressing about that. Just didn't want the big tattoo coming through with the look with my wedding dress or for my engagement photos. So that's why I chose to cover it up. And I think it looks pretty good. Yes. And then for the photos, I'm not stressing too much, because if it does come through a little bit, because it's covered up, the photographer can kind of just match my skin tone and bam. But that is it for this cover up video. But thank you so much for watching, beauties. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you learned something. But before you go, make sure you go down below and click that subscribe button, and right next to that, click that bell notification button so that you never miss when I post. Like I always say, it's free, it's easy, and it's fun. Again, thank you so much for watching, beauties, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.